Alright, I guess we keep this hand. Alright. Okay, so it looks like just a Delirium deck. Delirium decks usually have a very good late game plan, which unfortunately is sort of the same thing we're doing, trying to win in the mid to late game. Kind of been not drawing so much gas though. I guess our deck tops out at 5 though, right? Okay. Well, after 5, maybe we can start sandbagging for Stitchwing Scab. If we want to go on the Stitchwing Scab plan. Okay, that's going to get sleep paralysis. Because it's a big threat. That is our Stitchwing Scab, so that's cool. Probably want to set up our defense first. Get the Watcher and the Web down next turn. And then we can actually go Scab, hold up just the Wind. In case we want to bounce our guy if they have some removal or something like that. Pack Guardian's quite good. Alright, let's go Watcher here. Well, it's not too intimidating, actually. So he's playing 3 color. No attacks, so Watcher in the Web is doing its job, which is good. So we can play Stitchwing Scab and hold up just the Wind. I think that's what we want to do. So now, no more lands. We've got 6. We have this Stitchwing Scab plan. So it's in our best interest to just chill out. So he's cracking the Scarecrow is my guess, or okay. If we block like this, block here, we're going to have to get rid of his board, so I think this is in our best interest. Okay. Not a huge deal. So we can return Stitchwing Scab, but I kind of don't want to lose any of this. I want to be able to madness this to bring this back. So we're sandbagging these two. Alright. Stoic Builders for days. Sure. Scrutiny. Well, let's play the Courier. And we're going to leave up Stitchwing Scab and Just the Wind. We do want to get our Scab online relatively soon. It's got to start a clock on our opponent here. Watcher in the Web is really doing a great job of making the combat a little more difficult for him. All right, now my suspicion is that he's got a combat trick, but this should still work out okay for us. So how we're going to block is Watcher is going to block a Stoic Builder and a Wolf. Byway Courier is going to block the Intrepid Provisioner, and then when he does a combat trick, we're going to Stitchwing Scab, discarding these two, and Madness whatever we need to, assuming that is what my opponent is doing. So we'll do those two Courier blocks here. We're going to take 3. Place creatures blocked by Watcher in the Web in the order in which they will be assigned damage. So we want that. Do I do it like this, or... Oh, I see. I see. Okay. There we go. Okay. Yep, like that. Okay. Okay. That looks to be his game plan. So we take a bit of damage. I think we take 4 because of the trample. Still doing fine, by the way. We're not in any super immediate danger. We've kind of taken care of the board state a little bit from under the floorboards. All right, well, we're going to use we're going to get the Scab back here. We're going to get rid of one of those zombies. Because we do need to sort of get some clutter off the board here. Watching the Web 2 is actually really nice. Alright, so we're going Watcher 2. There's a lot of Watchers. And we're going to bash in with our Stitchwing Scab. So now each of our Watchers can take care of 2 sets of blockers, which is pretty nice. Alright, that's a good sign for us. No spells played. 2 cards in his hand, 2 cards in ours. Sage of Ancient Lore. That's actually a nice find for us here. Let's get in with our Stitchwing Scab. Start it off. All right, and we'll play the Sage of Ancient Lore. So we're not leaving up anything, but this draws us a card. It can turn into a big threat. I'm actually going to play that too. It's a nice find, actually. So now our opponent kind of needs to deal with this Sage of Ancient Lore relatively quickly. If it flips and we get this Neglected Heirloom online, we're going to have a Stitchwing Scab that's fairly unstoppable. We also have just the kind of ultimate defense set up at the moment. Pack Guardian and Provisioner, those are still stoppable threats. He also tapped his green mana. Oh, he has the Loam Dryad, so he can still cast Pack Guardian. I forgot already. What was the other card? Oh, the Intrepid Provisioner. She's probably playing here. Okay. Still not a huge deal. Well, I don't know why you target that one. I guess that just means you're not attacking. Alright, so sandbagging land because it's unnecessary. Equipping Sage. We're actually going to just crack the clue as well. Scholar, okay. Attack with the Scab. Pass the turn. Flip our Sage. So now we have our Heirloom online, which is great news for us. We also have a 9/9 Vigilance Trample First Strike, 10/10 Vigilance Trample First Strike, which is pretty powerful if you weren't already aware of that. Wicker Witch, sure. Pack Guardian. I'm not even... Can our opponent even kill the werewolf? Guess he's flipping it back. Which means I probably just equip the Stitchwing Scab. Well, it's a 3-turn clock anyway, right? If I equip it and I deal 6, it takes him to 8. It still takes 3 turns. If I attack him down to 11 and then I equip him next turn, I think I don't have to worry about that. Why don't we... I can Investigation, swing with Scab, gain life off Courier. I can still leave up Scrutiny. Can actually play the Niblis of Dusk. Actually, that changes the clock, doesn't it? If I equip here and play Niblis, that kills him next turn. That's the plan, for sure. Because we have the Watchers where even if they die, my opponent can't get there. So we play Niblis and we pass. And now we can just block everything. It doesn't matter if our Watchers die. He has to deal with these flyers. And I think even if he could deal with the Stitchwing Scab, we can equip this and still cast probably 2 spells to make this prowess up to... I guess that's only 7 if it gets double prowess. Okay, did have a dead weight. Still think we're fine. Guess you sort of have to, don't you? All right. So blocks. Let's go a zombie and a stoic builder. Let's go a zombie and a stoic builder. Let's go sage blocks here. And I would take what? 3, 7, 8. I think we're going to go for that. I don't know. Okay. I don't know how to activate that screen, but that is the way I want it. So that one I want to do like that. So that's right. Do I do the other one now or okay. Oh, unfortunately, a tenacity. Okay. Well, that makes things. I think that means we lose. So we came very close, but our opponent had the exact right card to win the game there. So we were doing good. We were doing really good right up until that point. So came very close, but lost it. Definitely a bummer. All right, what do we got? Nothing? Seems like we don't have anything. So why don't we just go to game 2, try again. Okay, game 2. Well, we can keep this. That's kind of nice. So I guess we go scab into ongoing investigation, see if we can't reap an early piece of value. Didn't have the Loam Dryad, so there is a chance, but he needs to not have a 2-drop. All right, didn't have the 2-drop. That's good news. So we get to investigate. But we are missing a land drop here, which could be a problem. Guess we press, just start to build a clue count, which will be good once we get a graph mole. So play the graph mole, pass. The main phase Pack Guardian really doesn't make sense, especially since you want to flip your Hinterland Logger, but he's played it main phase every time, which makes me think maybe he doesn't know it has Flash. Especially in this instance where you could actually flip a werewolf. I really don't want him to flip. Problem, of course, being I don't have a good blocker. I don't have lands. I think we're going to take a beating for a little bit. We're going to play the Furtive Homunculus, who this is really a big showcase of why Skulk is such a overall narrow and weak mechanic. I mean, look how many things my opponent can block it with. Outside of 1-power creatures, Skulk really is sort of a just comes up so not often that it really is kind of useless, I guess. So 4 power. I could block it with a Graph Mole and a Seagraph Scab, but I kind of need the Graph Mole. Okay. I really want to slam this Stitchwing Scab. There we go. Okay, so we're going to play the Scab now. And that way I can block the Pack Guardian. And we can start cracking clues at some point. Alright, well, guess we can't. Still just getting pecked at here. Alright, so I think we play the Drownyard Explorer now. Well, I guess we can do Watcher in the Web. Opponent's deck is very odd. So, probably want to play Drownyard, but the problem is I can't, probably still have to do it. I think we just need to actually put dudes on the board at the moment. Still building the dude count. We're going to bust this Graph Mole at some point, but we got to actually keep up with his army. It's unfortunate that Tenacity is such a good ace in the hole, but I can't do a bunch about it. I mean, the good news is Watcher in the Web can block everything. Now that I know he has it, I can play a little bit safer. We can start cracking clues, I guess. Uninvited Geist. Guess we can play that. Pass. I guess we don't need to sandbag the land. We have the Stitchwing Scab we want to bring back, but Stitchwing doesn't do all that much at the moment. Alright, start cracking clues. Crack one more clue. Rabid Bite. Well, I don't have any 4-power guys. So I guess we can play a land, we can Stitchwing Scab and bounce something. I'm not sure that's good. But might still be the play, just in case. I'll leave up the Just the Wind if he's got the tenacity. Okay. So maybe the game plan is sleep paralysis on the Emissary to eventually get in with the Stitchwing Scab. Tenacity kind of deals with sleep paralysis, though, doesn't it? Well, I think we gotta hope he doesn't have it. So let's go Watcher. Pass. We're gonna discard some stuff here. He does have tenacity mana up, but let's bring back the Scab. So we'll discard a land and I guess a Scrutiny. Sleep paralysis here. Problem is tenacity is going to let it stay untapped, but it's basically our only point of entry here. I guess if he plays tenacity to block our guy, it's better than like an aggressive tenacity. I mean, aggressive tenacity is how we lost, you know? I could bounce our Stitchwing Scab. I'm probably okay with that. I can bring it back, but I have to discard two, so I'd rather just play one card and save it. It also prevents him from gaining life. Could be relevant. Okay, these guys flip. Let's go scab. I guess we can clue first. Byway Courier. All right, let's play the scab. I didn't need to play the land there. I could have sandbagged it for the inevitable killing of the Stitchwing Scab, I guess. Maybe that would have been smarter. I do get the feeling we're going to see a tenacity at some point here. Scarecrow, okay. I mean, if we can take it to game 3, we're looking good. All right, now we sandbag lands, so let's get in with the Stitchwing Scab. Well, that's nice. We get to investigate as well. So we're going to go Courier plus Silent Observer. And pass. We also flip his guys. I mean, our opponent's a little bit low on time, and not that we have a ton of time, so I feel like if we can take it to game 3, we'll be in good shape. But there's no guarantee. It's like both of us have this odd stall deck. Provisioner is not that insane. Like, I can just block with a Byway Courier plus Drownyard Explorers and still end up just fine. He kills one thing. Definitely say we got the best aspect of that trade. So now we get in with Stitchwing Scab. Should have actually clued first. Because we're digging for Neglected Heirloom at this point. So that way, even if he gets the tenacity, our Stitchwing Scab still eventually is going to do some work for us. Well, that's actually... There you go. There's something. Now we crack the clue and get a human. Gain some life. Collected Heirloom. And pass. I should have attacked the Silent Observer. I don't know why I didn't. All right, bringing back some dudes, I guess. This is a very odd match. Ah, from under the floorboards. Okay. That makes sense. Once we get by the tenacity, I think we're okay. He's going to gain a bunch of life, but still think we can beat it because we have this Watcher in the Web network that's going to do some key work for us here. So if only I could get by his dudes. All right, let's equip here. We don't have any guys that flip, right? No. Okay. Niblis. We can Rabid Bite his Pack Guardian. It kind of takes a little bit of his life gain away. It's not bad. He's going to use a proactive tenacity anyway. It's his only way. So why don't we just turn off his life gain as much as we can? I guess that makes sense to me. We only have a few cards left in our deck, so we could mill ourselves out. We're going to kill one of his guys that gains a bunch of life. May not want to draw any more cards. But then again, if he attacks with everything, well, to tenacity, they all untap too. He's going to have to tenacity, is the point. So he's got the tenacity. I guess 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then, can we afford to take the rest? 3, 6, 9, 12 damage. We can afford to take 12. So I'm just going to block one more zombie. Actually, you know what? Oh, I have to reblock it all? Whoops. Alright, so let's make sure we each get one toughness guy. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This guy blocks 1 toughness guy. 2, 3. Actually, let me unblock with him. Okay, so unblock. He just blocks here. And then we take 3, 6. I guess I don't need to do that either, do I? So this blocks that with tenacity. This blocks that with tenacity. This can block that with tenacity. So I lose 1 watcher in the web. Alright, I'm a little low on time, so I don't want to do too much more than that, but I think this does the best. So this one, I want to make sure we get this 1 toughness guy. That's all that matters. Okay. And the rest is history. So now if he has the tenacity, he gains a bunch of life, but we still get pretty good value. Oh, does he have multiple tenacities? Oh, puncturing light. Okay. We get a little bit of trample as well, but not that bad. So he's up to 48. I still think we can possibly win this. The problem now is he's got that Emissary of the Sleepless, so maybe I shouldn't have busted the Rabid Bite. But, yeah. Well, it's not a big deal, actually. I can just keep attacking into Emissary. But I guess the problem is I can't attack in with other dudes. I can't really investigate. I'm just too low on cards. I think my deck clock, though, will run out before my opponent's runs out. But if we get a flip guy, I guess there's a chance, but I'm not convinced. Like, basically, we have him on a 10-turn clock. We only have 6 cards left in our deck, though. So I don't think we have enough. I do wish I'd saved my Rabbit Bite now. Basically, I just prevented him from gaining 5 life, but it came on the cost of his Emissary of the Sleepless being able to block my crew. So we still have, I think, 1 land left in our deck. Oh, that actually, is there a way to not draw? That's too bad. I actually don't think I can play the Sage of Ancient Lore because it draws me a card. Maybe I have to. So this is where I guess I wish I'd picked that Epitaph Golem. If there was a way to force my opponent to draw, that would be cool. It's more of a bummer, I guess. The last couple cards in our deck, like the last card in my deck is a Solitary Hunter, which I guess that in itself is kind of a bummer, you know, that I didn't get the flip card, and because it was the last card in my deck. I'm just so late on the on getting everything going here. I don't think I would have been able to push through enough. This is absolutely, I think, by far the strangest match I've ever played in this format. Like, not even kind of close. Yeah, the last card in our deck being the Solitary Hunter hurts quite a bit. But just by far one of the most odd matches I've ever played. Maybe in the history of Magic. That is so strange that we decked ourselves before we could dish out enough damage to kill our opponent with the flyer. Very strange. Very, very, very strange match. All right, back to Swiss, folks. That is the way it is. So far, I've been very unimpressed with blue-green. I've played it, not a bunch, enough, though, to be unimpressed with it. We were getting cut in green early on here. We still ended up with, like, an interesting deck, but I just don't like the archetype very much. I haven't found a lot of success with it. It's every deck I've built with it has looked overall weak. We could have gone for the mill strategy with the fleeting, whatever it's called, memories. That might have been a better game plan than what we had. But, yeah, underwhelming deck, underwhelming performance, oddest match I've ever seen, and back to Swiss. All right, thanks, guys. We'll see you later.